Hello everybody and welcome back to BRG Plays Kerbal Space Program. As you saw from the last episode, we went through a load of our parts, had a little look at what was to do, and I showed you how to just travel around the Space Centre to the different biomes and collect up lots and lots of different bits of science. I have been sent a link to a map by one of my subscribers, which I will put up at the end of this video, and it shows all the different biomes and all the different areas in which you can actually collect science data from. So if you need to farm up some science because you're not being quite so successful, or you're just as crap as I am, that will show you how to do it. Now, something to bear in mind, that some of the biomes will only be available when you've upgraded these buildings fully, but one of the ones I'll show you now quickly. We can see here, this is the astronaut complex here, which is fine, but just here, as you can see, is a flagpole, and if you look in the bottom left corner, it says flagpole. So I went over there and had a quick look to see if you could do it, and you can, but you literally have to crash your rover into it to do it. Well, not crash it to the point it blows up, but you need to just get right on it and do it, and it will bring up another biome. So that was there, and as you can see up here, I have managed to farm out quite a bit of science towards our current stash. I'm not going to spend it just yet. I've been umming and ahhing about what to do with this for a couple of days. As I said, I'll be away for a couple of days, and I want to do something new with Kerbal, something that I haven't done before, or at least haven't been very successful at doing, and that's, I'd really like to get out to another planet. I really would. And as you can see here, we have a mission to explore Duna. Now, this one never expires, which is fantastic. It means we can accept it and kind of force our hand in towards doing it without, it'll be a constantly active mission. We can't do anything about it. It's got to be done. But it never expires, which is fantastic. And we do get 187,000 credits just for taking it, which is fantastic. I'm not sure whether or not we're going to do a manned mission yet, because all the mission says is achieve orbit, transmit and recover scientific data from around orbit, land on Duna, and transmit or recover data from the surface. So what we could do is build a probe, get up out there, and get that done for a massive amount of science. 200,000 credits, best part offers in advance. Just going to go ahead and click accept, which is something I've never accepted that mission before. Not once when I've been playing Kerbal. So yeah, it's a first for me, and we're going to make this happen. It's got to happen. I've got to get out there and do it. So yeah, there's that, and obviously we have Ike as well, the moon that orbits Duna. So we'll do both of those. Yeah, in this episode, what we're going to do, even though there's no missions for it, I don't know, probably should have shown you, there isn't any missions to go to Minmus or explore Minmus, and that surprises me. I'm surprised it's not in there. But I love going to Minmus. It's an easy place to go to. It's great fun, because the gravity on Minmus is a lot lower than it is on the moon, or the moon, sorry. I'll always make that mistake. So it's a lot easier to land on, and it's also a lot easier to get off of. I might actually be able to show you a landing in this video rather than doing it off screen. Again, I really am sorry about doing that. I don't know what was going on. I was just having a really bad day. I just couldn't seem to play KSP. So in this mission, we're going to go out to Minmus. Now, I've sent the Rooster 6 up already. The Rooster 6 is currently up and in orbit, ready and waiting for us. An absolutely fantastic launch, even if I do say so myself. A perfect gravity turn. We have got quite a lot of our fuel left. So the transfer stage, we might even end up wasting fuel. We might even get out to Minmus and just get rid of the transfer stage. And I'm on the dark side, that's annoying, so I can't show you. And once again, I forgot to put lights on. Right, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll just warp out quickly. You can see here, we've got an awful lot of this fuel left. An awful lot, which is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I did end up putting some more of the aerodynamic fins on here. Obviously, you remember from the old Mark 6. I should have called it the Mark 7 really. It just had the winglets on the bottom, but I put some on the top as well because I was struggling a little bit to get into orbit. This was my third attempt. Actually the best one I've ever done as well, which is always fun. But yeah, there's the Rooster. It's got its photovoltaic panels on there, so we've got everything, the sun, the solar panels charging up our batteries. So we shouldn't have any problems. We've got absolutely loads of fuel left, which is wonderful. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to try and get ourselves out to Minmus. Now to get to Minmus, oh, pink screen of death. It's funny because you can't see pink screen of death. It just happens to me, and one of my subscribers, actually the same person who sent me the link for the map, which I will put up at the end for the different biomes. It was an IT consultant, very, very handy, really, really pleased. Thank you very, very much. Suggested that using a 32-inch monitor, TV, is probably not the way to do it. I do have my lovely 22-inch Samsung monitor buried away in the shed, so I am at some point soon going to set myself up a desk in my spare bedroom, so I can do these without getting interrupted by the dogs from time to time, and so that we can negate pink screen of death. I'm going to pause the video really, really quickly and come back and we shall head out towards Minmus, so I shall be back in a second, folks. Hello, so pink screen of death all dealt with, and the mission to Minmus is on. Now, as you can see at the moment, this purplish line appearing on the screen just here and out here. And there it is. There is Minmus. Minmus is right there. So I've left clicked on Minmus, and we're going to set Minmus as our target, which will turn its line bright green. So you can see that is the orbital path of Minmus. It is not on the same plane as the moon, and therefore, if I can line this up like this, you can see there that our inclination is not the same as Minmus's. So we're going to need to do a plane change. We're going to need to do an inclination change to try and match up with Minmus, and that's very easily done with these maneuver nodes. So we'll do it on our apparatus. It's our furthest point away, because that's when we're travelling the slowest. When you're travelling the slowest, it's always easiest to change your trajectory and everything like that. Don't know the science behind it, but it kind of makes sense. You know, you're going slowest, you're adding speed, it's going to be a lot more effective. So we're going to add a manoeuvre, and all we're going to do, I say all we're going to do, what we're going to do is attempt to line our inclination up with Minmus. So we want to tilt it to the right and up, as you can see here. Now, I could use this opportunity to talk about the descending node and the ascending node. I'm not going to, because I don't fully understand how they work. I know, yes, BRG being his usual nerdy, derpy, crappy self. So what we effectively want to do is we want to try and make our inclination exactly the same as Minmus's. Now, I know there is a way to do this easily, so that you can see it, but it's me. I'm not going to do that. I am just going to make it work, which sounds really, really strange, I know, and in fact I'm not doing this at the right place at all, because that, you can see, if you look at it, you can see here that does not put our inclination in line with Minmus's at all. This is getting annoying, actually. If I hit the prograde vector a bit and just try and, yeah, there we go, change ours out, we can see that ours in no way matches Minmus. If I just, a bit too much, I'll try and push that so that we can see it against Minmus. There we go. There's a fan. Look at that. You can see how different, how much lower than Minmus we are there. So what we're going to do is we're going to kill that one. That's stupid. And we're going to have another look at we're going to have another look at this. I think actually the ascending and descending node is probably the right place to do this. Now that I've said I don't know what they do and what they are, let's add a manoeuvre here, and let's see if we can't. Yeah, there we go. Look at, oh, okay, I don't know what that did then, but it did something. 0.4, 0.4, right, okay, so if we change this again, just 1.0, okay, so that was the wrong way. Oh, so 0.1, 0.1, 0.0 and 0. Right, ascending node and descending node. Whilst I can't explain what they are, they do, in fact, if you look at the little orange dots, match our plane up. So when it comes to matching the plane up, you want to make sure the ascending node and descending node are 0.0 and 0.0. As you can see, the descending node is 0.0 and the ascending node is 0.0, which means that when we create this burn, or when we perform this burn, we will then be in the right plane for Minmus at every single point of our orbit. So when we are on this side of Kerbin, we will be at the same inclination as Minmus. Yeah. Okay, accidentally taught myself something there. Wonderful. Always nice. I know what I'm doing. I'm brilliant at this. Yeah, really, really good. And we have big screen of death again, just to make things really interesting. So I shall be back in a second. Shouldn't have to put up with this much longer, folks. I'll be right back. Okay, and welcome back, folks. So, with this in mind, I'm going to warp towards our... You're right, go away, thank you. I'm going to warp towards our maneuver node, he says, by left clicking and warp to next maneuver. I don't want to warp to next maneuver because we need to chase it. Alright, fine, warp to next maneuver. I'm getting scared. Is it going to slow down in time? Yes it did. Wonderful. Right, so using the R key, I will turn on our RCS. Remember I showed you the RCS, the little psh psh jet things. Sorry about the sound effects, that was dreadful. We'll use the RCS. I'm going to map view so you can see it. There we go. There's our RCS there, look. Moving us nicely towards our target vector. It just makes things an awful lot easier, which of course is going to be exactly the same as our normal as opposed to anti-normal. Yep, there it is. We'll turn RCS off again now that we're there. We're 23 seconds away. A quick burn. It says it's going to be 29, so we'll burn at 15 and away we go. So what we're doing now is simply changing our inclination to match Minmus, so that when we perform our burn we will be in the right plane and we will be able to get out towards Minmus, which is happy days. Yeah, honestly, it is. It's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. I'm gonna slow that down now. Okie doke. Where are we? How are we looking? Yep, that'll do. Let's get rid of that. Fantastic. So, get into Minmus. We need to create another maneuver node to get us into an encounter. Now, I'm just going to do it. The way I've done to do the Moon and Minmus is just as they pop over the horizon of Kerbin. You can see it there behind Kerbin. Just as they pop over the horizon, we add a maneuver and we hit the prograde vector. Just like this. And hopefully, eventually, that means we'll meet up with Minmus. Now, obviously, remember I've shown you, as you click on this circle and left click and drag, it'll move it. Right, okay. I've done it a little bit more, which puts us very, very close to its trajectory, but what's popped up on our maneuver node is the closest approach to Minmus. Yeah, so that's where Minmus will be, and that's where we will be, as we are closest to the approach. So we've done it a little bit early, so let's move that with the left clicking on the actual circle and push it out. I mean, there we go. Did you see that? Did that make sense to everybody? So I'll just bring it back again and put it round to there. Oh, so that's where we had it before. Oh dear, I'm doing myself any favours. That's where we had it before, and we can see here our closest approach. Actually, we had it a lot closer than that. It was something like 400,000. I can't even read that. Again, this is terrible because I can't actually read the letters on my screen, so I'm sat too far away from them. So we had our close approach here, but when we moved it in this direction, we had and split that up. There we go. Look at that. Minmus encounter with a periapsis of 502,000. So let's come and have a quick look at that, so we can try and make sense of it ourselves. So we will be heading out this way and then coming back and catching Minmus just there with a 502,000 meter 502 meter, yeah, periapsis. So that'll be the closest point we ask Minmus. So we want to try and shrink that down a little bit. Oh, okay. Right, we're going to speed that out again, and we're going to use the prograde vector, but we're going to drag it into the... Well, this is touchy. Very, very touchy. Just by just drag it... Oh, I know what it is. I've got the DPI on my mouse set up too high. So let's just push that out nice and slowly. There we go. Here we have Minmus periapsis of 63,000. Now, what's actually happening there? We are... we are literally swinging around this side, not this side. We're swinging around this side and coming straight into it, which means that we won't orbit it this way. We will orbit it this way. I don't really know the connotations of doing that, so I'm going to change it so that we hit it on the other side. Yeah, that's what we want. We want to orbit it the same way as we did the moon. I think fuel-wise that's the most efficient way to do it. And now we're just going to drag that in ever so slightly to try and get that down, perhaps 249 if we can, or not. We're going to try. I'm just using these reversed. I know it's not. Do you know, 160. We'll take that. We'll take that. When I do my maneuver nodes, I tend to. This is the retrograde marker, as you can see, because it's got the three little legs coming off of it and the dot in the middle. If you were to click on that and pull it to the right, you would be pulling the retrograde marker. So you'd be thrusting at retrograde. But if you left click it and pull it to the left, it reverses it. It's like prograde but slower. And I tend to do that because it makes life an awful lot easier. We're going to take that. We're going to use that. That'll get us the encounter that we want with Minmus. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's just move our craft, the rooster, the trusty rooster, onto the target vector. Let's just head it straight over there. We'll use the time warp function. There you go. You see that? It just stops straight away by using time warp. The estimated burn time is 1 minute 27 seconds. So let's fast forward to excuse me, about 45 seconds before we need to, and let's burn on the target vector then, not actually on what you'd bother to leave it at. And let's head out towards Minmus, folks. I love going to Minmus. I don't know why, I just always have. It was the first time I ever went out to something that wasn't the moon. When I first started playing this game, it's quite funny actually. I was working over in Dartford. I live in the Hampshire area in England, and I was working over in Dartford, and I was living with one of my best friends and his wife and their child. He's my godson, lovely kid. Anyway, I digress. And he showed me this game, and it's got to be 3 and a bit years ago, maybe 4 years ago. And I was just instantly, where is it? Where can I buy it? Is it on Steam? What? And we went for it, and I got it, and I played it for a couple of days, and then we had some friends around, and one of them, he also played KSP, so that was it. Laptop's out. I got my PC up in the living room, and we had a KSP night. And on that night, I managed to land on the moon. Okay, for the first ever time. No chance of getting back, but I managed to land on the moon. There was a guy in there who'd been playing the game 6 months longer than me and had never even got that close. He hadn't even got slightly close to landing on the moon. Oh, I think we've run out of fuel. Wow. Didn't expect that. Okay. Anyway, we've got quite far out towards Minmus. Oh God, I hope we've got enough fuel to get back. Yeah, we should have plenty. We should have plenty. This happened to us when we were going to the moon last time. In fact, we had more fuel then for that transfer stage than we've ever had, which is nice. Yeah, he was furious. He was absolutely furious. And I'm not professing it's because, you know, I'm good or anything like that. It's just I've always been very keen on space. I've always been very, very, very interested in how it works. And it was intuitive for the most part. It was also a lot easier back then. Yeah, and it's just been from then on. I got out to the moon, like I said, and then I used exactly the same rocket, and I went out to Minmus, and I came back again with a lander, and he went mad. He went absolutely ballistic. In a good way. It was all good fun and games, you know. There wasn't anything bad about it. He wasn't sitting there saying that I'm a terrible person or anything like that. Alright, let's just get a bit carried away. Where are we going here? We have a Minmus pay-ups of 167,000. Fantastic. So we are where we want to be. That's wonderful. Yeah, and Kerbal just sort of, for me, just went from there to from that one instance. I've just been absolutely obsessed. And I've played it an awful lot. Like I said, I've never used any of the cheats, I've never used any of the mods. I've always just tried to get along and do as best I can. So for once that wasn't pink screen of death. I'm not really sure what happened there. I pressed the wrong button, went to my desktop, and fraps died. yeah, so as I was saying, you know, without playing mods or anything like that, I've always just tried to do as best as I can. And yeah, went out to Minmus with the same rocket, came back again. It's the most successful thing I've ever did. The feeling, the elation I had was absolutely wonderful. Just going, and this was before science was even important or there or relevant. I'd literally just gone out there and done it. And come back again. And as I mentioned in my first video, I find Minmus an awful lot easier, as we shall demonstrate when I get there. So yeah, enough of me blabbering away about my friends and Kerbal in general. We're going to warp out towards, just press F5 so that we've got it saved. We'll warp out towards Minmus, get ourselves into an orbit and start doing some of our experiments. What's going on? Why am I not focused on... I've lost my encounter with Minmus. Okay, that's not even interesting. Okay, let's hit the prograde marker. And what's all of this going on about? Is this... Oh, it's an encounter with the moon on the way back. Okay, fine. Let's hit the prograde marker and let's burn a little bit and see if we... It's Minmus. No, we don't. Okay, so that's fine. So let's find our radial marker and let's push one of the radial waves. I've got no idea why this has happened. I really... What's going on? Thank you. The autosave function just... Oh, I know what's going on. I've got it on prograde still and I'm trying to... Closest to... What? I don't understand what's going on. Okay, I've no idea what's going on, folks. Let's just try a little burn here and see if we don't... There we go. We've got our encounter back. No idea what happened there. What kind of Minmus periapsis? Is that 600 and something thousand? Oh, for goodness sake. Is it going to go up with that or down? Yeah, that's going up. Okay, let's hit the other radial marker and see if we can't bring that down. The mechanics of space by a retard. Really hope you're enjoying these videos. Is that going to bring it down? Yes, it is, but it's... Yeah, it's going to cock it up. Okie doke. I don't understand why this is happening. Let's just burn retrograde a little and see if pulling that in makes things any easier. I don't know why this is occurring. I genuinely don't. Really not sure what's going on here or why. I've never had this problem trying to get towards Minmus before. Never. Not once. This is very, very strange. Why? Why is this happening? Okay, so we go back to the radial marker. We're on exactly the right plane. So why it would do... I've got to learn to take it off that. The autopilot keeps trying to push it towards... Let's radial out and... Just the tiniest little bit there. Come on. What are you doing? Why... I don't know what's going on, why we've missed Minmus all of a sudden. Alright, enough of that, thank you. We've missed Minmus. I've no idea why. I really don't. Why Minmus has all of a sudden just decided to bugger off. We don't even have a close approach. I mean, that's just strange. That really is. I'm baffled. And then it's back again. We have a Minmus encounter. So does that mean we're going to smash into it? Going out to Minmus payouts of it. Right, so if we burn prograde from there and push that out, that should push us further out this way, because it's here we have the... There we go. There we go. Slowly but surely I managed to fix this. I don't know why it's done this. I've never seen it before. We're not going to come in where we want to at all. How's our fuel looking? Could be better. I might just take the inside. Yeah, it's getting bigger again. So now we're going to need... do you know what I should have done? I've wasted a lot of fuel here, folks. I should have put a maneuver node here and tried to fix this. That's what I should have done. So burning that way. A Minmus periapsis of 2 million. What is going on? Another great video from BRG showing that he's just crap. Yes, absolutely. Why not? They're always fun. I don't understand why the game is behaving in this manner. I've never had this problem before. What is this saying it's going to be? Look at all of these are actual and Kerbal periapsis, Kerbal. So where's 1717? Okay, fine. If that's fine, so if we push the radial that 20, okay, let's push the radial that way. Still too much. Let's hit the prograde. No, prograde is not the way to do that. Come on. This is a disaster. Right, let's just get rid of that. Minmus periapsis is just ridiculous, and I don't know. Is burning prograde going to increase it? Yes, it is. So let's burn retrograde. Possibly not the best of ideas, because it might get to a certain point and miss it completely. Because at the moment we are massively far away from Minmus when we encounter it. Massively far away. 1.3 million meters. 1. I just... If anybody watching this is bored, fast forward a little bit. Please. Stop watching me be useless. I don't enjoy it. Come on, down we come. We've got to keep a close eye on it, because we could get to a point where we either lose our encounter or it starts going back up again. Yeah, we lost it, and that was my fault, because, well, I don't actually know why. I really don't. I'm starting to get frustrated. It's 800,000 solid. Let's just get there. I've had enough. Let's warp out. I've had enough. We're not even targeting. I think this is half the problem. I'm not actually targeting my craft, and I don't know how to reset the view. Come on. No, hang on a second. That should work. We're focused on Kerbal. That's probably half of our problem. Why aren't we focused on the rooster? Thank you very much. Oh my days. So trying to make it work, failing miserably, getting low on fuel. Let's just get there, shall we? We've had enough prattling around trying to change my orbit and get... I mean, I honestly don't understand why that's happened. I don't. Hopefully there are people out there that can tell me why it's happened. Hopefully. Let's slow that down. Come on. Yep. Yeah, I know, we're far too far away. Come on. Yeah, so we'll get to this point here and we'll burn retrograde. Quite a bit before we get to it, in fact. An awful lot before we get to it. Because I don't really want to be going over our periapsis just to try and get orbit. I have never struggled like this before getting to Minmus. I've got no idea why it's gone wrong. I probably didn't start my transfer burn at a decent enough time, and that's probably what's caused us the problems here. We don't have a massive amount of speed to try and bleed off, which is nice. I mean, look at that. That's just shocking. And that goddamn encounter with the moon is not done as... I am retrograde there. Yes, I am. Okay, good. So we're about to achieve orbit around Minmus. There it is, folks. A lovely little orbit around Minmus. Let's pull that right in, shall we? Let's get that down to about 20,000. In fact, we're going to need to change our inclination and everything because that's horrific. So let's get to here, add a maneuver, anti-normal, shut up, anti-normal, and tuck that. What are you doing? Okay, now I'm an absolute loss as to what's going on. I have broken Kerbal Space Program. I do not understand why we cannot make this work. Hey everybody, come and watch the guy who played Kerbal who's really shit at it. This has never happened before. I have never struggled to make Kerbal work. Never. Just enough. I'm getting bored now. Well, that's a much better inclination, so let's go ahead with that one. It says it's going to take us 2 days to get to that manoeuvre, so we're going to sacrifice the time. Valentina's alright, she's cool, she loves it. And I'm trying to adjust it with the goddamn autopilot set to prograde again. Right, come on. Yes, days, many days. Let's get those days down, please. Ooh, was that hours? Yeah, that was hours. I reckon it's going to take 8 seconds, so it doesn't really matter when I do it. Even being... I can do it, yeah, it doesn't matter when I do it as long as I get it done close towards the time. It's such a small inclination change, or such a small amount of fuel required to make the inclination change. As you can see. Coming in very nicely. That'll do it. Goodbye, you. 459 units of fuel left. I'm so good at this. Let's come round to our Apple apps and bring our Peri apps in. What did I do there? Oh, I know what I did there. I burned far too soon. I didn't actually let the autopilot bring us to face retrograde, which was clever. Wait, no, it wasn't. It really wasn't. I can't see. Da 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 da. Look at all the mistakes I make. This is how you play Kerbal, folks. Oh, about 11,000 there. So let's come round to. That's on the light side. Is that? Have I accidentally managed to put that in a position? Yes, I have. That'll do. We're going to go for a landing straight from there. So, now that we have a wonderful, making up words, a wonderful orbit around Minmus, what we're going to do, I forgot about time, how long it's going to take us to get there. That's really annoying. Ideally, we want to be landing. Right, I've had enough of you. You are winding me up. We want to be landing on this bit here, this green bit you can see, and the reason we want to land there is because that is sea level as such. And I've gone the wrong way. I always do that, get the normal and anti-normal mixed up. That's sea level, so we'll have a much better idea of how close we are to the land from our altimeter when we get there. So I'm just going to push that. Yes, I know, push it up. I've completely ruined our inclination. Let's hit retrograde and let's start bleeding off our acceleration. Let's start bleeding off our speed and hopefully bring ourselves a landing position slowly but surely. That is on this green stuff. And as you can see, it's going in quite nicely. We'll take that. Let's time warp a little bit just to see if it pushes us in or out. It's going to pull us in, which is fine. There we go. I've done it. Once again, BRG not being very clever, not being very good, probably not even being all that entertaining, for which I apologise for. Let's zoom there. Let's get full whack on the speed so we can bring this down. You can see how much quicker than on the moon our orbital speed is decreasing. It's huge because the gravitational effects on Minmus are a lot lower than they are on the moon. An awful lot lower, which makes this wonderfully easy. Which is why, as I said in my very first video, believe it or not, Minmus is easier to get to and back. I mean, look at all the inclinations we've had to make, all the changes we've had to make just to get the orbit right, because I've forgotten how to play KSP. I've said it a few times, I'm really not this rubbish at this game. I'm really not. I don't understand why I've had such a fact. Even the first time I came here and came back again was better than this. And it really was better than this. But yeah, there we go. We're going to go for a landing on Minmus. So we don't have a shadow. Is that because, yeah, the sun's right above us? Why do I always do that? I managed to pick a landing site in which the sun is right above us. I don't know. Maybe you can tell me. There's our shadow, look. So, we're going quite fast. Let's just bleed off most of that speed now. Let's just get it off so that we don't have to worry about anything. We got a nice slow descent. And what I'll do, just as I get towards the surface, I will turn SAS off so this thing doesn't keep trying to point its retrograde. Because if we hit this and bounce off, it just tries to flip it round because autopilot's stupid. So we'll turn that off and then we'll kill all the thrust right towards the end. And we should have a perfect landing. And I didn't take any science data from when I was out in orbit, which is silly. But we can do that on the way back, as long as I don't forget. Alright, let's start bleeding off that speed again, nice and slowly, so that we get a good, maybe a bit quicker than that. Thank you. The landing legs we've got will take 12 meters per second, but that'll also cause us a little bounce, so we just come down as slow as we can. Let's turn SAS off. And just as we hit, let's kill the throttle. Boom! There we go, folks. BRG actually landed on another planet on his channel. You saw it here first, folks. I win. Points to me. All of that goings. Right, so let's start doing our experiments here. So let's observe the mystery goo. Let's observe the science, or the science bay, the materials bay. Let's log the temperature with no barometer on here because this doesn't have an atmosphere. So we do that. Let's get ourselves a crew report from the surface. Yep, crew report from the surface is worth 25 science. Guess what? We're transmitting that bad boy so we can get another crew report. Took a nice chunk out of our electric charge, but because of our photovoltaic panels, they are slowly but surely recharging. So that's wonderful. So what do we get that? We observe the mystery goo from Minmus's lesser flats. That gives us 50 science. 125 science for the materials bay. We'll keep that data. 40 science from the temperature scan. Wonderful. Guess what? Let's have an EVA report. So let's do an EVA report flying over. No, it's on lesser flats, so it's at 40. So we'll dump that and see if it's any better on the surface. So let's climb down. Not up. Right. That's enough of that. Let's get the rocket pack out. Use the R key to turn that on. There we go. We'll just float down to the surface. I'm not bothered. Neither's Valentina. She loves it. She's just a legend. Ooh, slow down. Slow down. Nice little land. I should be doing it this way so you can see. And touchdown! We have a Kerbal on the surface of Minmus. So I showed you jumping on the moon, which is quite cool. Do you want to see jumping from Minmus? Yeah? Valentina takes off in 3, 2, 1, go! Look at that! Oh, Minmus is glorious. Absolutely glorious. One of the other many reasons I am just, yeah, this is my favourite place to come. Because it's the only other planet I get to, and you can go really far, which is great. In fact, look. Oh, if I don't break it. Let's just... See ya! We're off. I don't fancy taking a surface report from there. I'm gonna head out. No, I'm risking it here. How much mine propellant do we have? No, that's the wrong one. Are we gonna get there, or are we gonna kill Valentina in the process? I'm not sure, but we're gonna go for it, and we're gonna plant the flag. let's go for it. Let's see if we can't get out towards there. A bit of a speed boost. Oh, apparently we can't time warp. So you're going to have to sit through this, me flying through the air, because I don't want to take a surface sample from here. I want to take it from the actual surface. This is a frozen lake, by the way. I should point that out. Minmus is a frozen planet. Yeah, it's frozen. As long as we don't use more than 2.5 to get there. When we look at this, we are actually flying a Kerbal. We are over a kilometre away from the Rooster landing pod. Pod was the right word, Ben. The vessel, the spacecraft, the lander. Yes, we're flying away from it. Literally flying. And we've got some kind of debris. Look, we can see shiny stuff. This was supposed to be a short video. This is supposed to be a really short video because I'm supposed to be writing out invoices and stuff for work. Oh well, I'm self-employed. It's not like I can get fired. So yeah, here we go. Perhaps I've been a bit exuberant with this. Look at this. We're 2.1 kilometres away from that. Just flying through. Minmus rules. Oh, I love Minmus. I'll probably fall in love with the next planet we come to that has even less gravitational effects than Minmus. But for now, I'll take Minmus. Minmus is my friend. I like Minmus. Absolutely soaring. It's a pity we don't get an idea of what speed we're doing. We're currently 83... Oh, what did I do then? Okay. Clicking the left mouse button down will have an effect on your Kerbal when it's flying. Didn't know that. Obviously, if you travel too fast and you hit the surface as well, you will kill your Kerbal. So just be aware of that. I'm going to slow down now. Yeah, that's working. Just so we don't smash straight into the side of the rocks and stuff. Slowed down quite a lot, in fact. Maybe a little bit too much. Yeah, I did. 3.5. Okay, yeah, we should be fine for monopropellant. Let's slow down. And we get over and just gently touch down on the surface over here. Away from the frozen lakes. I could have quite easily done the surface sample from there and planted the flag there. But I didn't want to. I wanted to do this. So this is what I've done. We're going nice and slow. We'll just land over here. On this bit. Using the left shift key to go up. And the left control would also boost me down. Same with the rockets. Just try and slow us down nicely. And then we'll land Valentina down on the edge here. Slowly. Very slowly. Very slowly. There we go. Little touchdown. Hey, happy days. Will this be a different EVA report? Yeah, from Minmus's slopes. We'll take that. That's brilliant. We like that. Let's take a surface sample. 150 science. We are not going to knock that. And let's plant ourselves a flag. 5.3 kilometers away from our lander. Why not? This will be Moon Landing Site Alpha. Plaque text. Valentino was... Oh, can't spell. Was here? Yeah, that'll do. Yep, cool, like that. So there we go, another buttload of science. Let's get the rocket pack back out again. And let's get back to the lander. Shall we? Should we do that? Probably should. Yeah. Okay, I'll pause the video here so you don't have to watch this, and I should be back in a second. And so I'll bring it back in here. Yes, I shot straight past the lander. Of course I did. I was going far too fast. Far too excited. We can see, look, there's our flag in the background. So let's just bring ourselves back down to the lander. Get ourselves reacquainted with our very important vessel. And do so safely. That'd be a good idea, wouldn't it? Yes. Let's be safe about this, folks. Let's be safe about this. So, yeah, back down to the lander. I'm going to try popping our science experiments Let's turn that off. See if we can't store our science experiments. Have you still got your rocket back out? Yes, put it away. Thank you. I'm going to have a go. It can't hurt to try, can it? If we can store our surface sample, pop down and take another one. Oh, I really can't get that? Okay, fine. Grab onto that. There we go. Can I store those experiments, my EVA report, in there? Store experiments. Yep. Okie doke. So can I do a surface sample on the flats and an EVA report on the flats and get more science? Can I do that? Yes, I can. So I will. No way. Minmus lesser flats. Let's see if we'll just see. We'll see when we get back. Yeah, let's have a little look. See. Oh, I crashed there. Grab hold. Grab hold. Or don't grab hold. I don't care. It's fine. Be a tit about it. Oh, Valentina. This is no time for dancing, love. Grab hold. There we go. Well done. Thank you. I don't think we'll be able to reset that, but let's store those experiments. Yep, they're stored. Reset materials bay. No way. Okay. Right, I'm not going to push my luck much more than this. Let's get back in. Yeah, let's get back in. We'll get ourselves back into orbit. 362 units of fuel. We are laughing. Okay, we're absolutely laughing. So we should get ourselves back to Kerbal. Let's get ourselves into orbit, do some more experiments in orbit. More goo canisters. And let's see what science we can bring back. I'm going to pause the video really, really quickly. I shall be back in a second. And we shall head off to Minmus and back to Kerbal and see what lovely science we've got. Right, so I'm back again. We've done some experiments from here. Let's get ourselves back off into an orbit. So this tiniest amount of thrust and we're actually lifting off. That's just incredible. We're going to attempt an equatorial orbit from where we are. Going to attempt it. Let's take a mystery goo from here. Is that different? Near Minmus, okay, let's take a materials bay from near Minmus. Yeah, it's a bit more science, that's fantastic. Let's take a temperature reading from near Minmus. And what I might even do, if I can, is get out, I'm going to go to map view just to see our apparatus, wait for that to go up a bit. What I might do is try and get out and reset the experiment again. But for now, let's just get out to our apparatus. We can't. Okay, we can't walk below 2,000 meters. I mean, look at this. This is why I said Minmus was so much easier, because it just is. It just is. The gravitational force effects are so much lower. And there's so much to explore out here. There is so much to explore, and I'm not. You know, I've said yes, we're going to do Duna, but I'm now thinking to myself, before we get ourselves all the way out there, why not try and bring out some rovers round to Minmus and have a play around Minmus and see what we can see? That wouldn't hurt, would it? It'd be fun. I'd enjoy it. Would you enjoy watching it? Let me know. You let me know what you think. I'd love it. Of course I'd love it, but it's me. Me playing Kerbal. Why would I not love it? I'd be playing Kerbal Space Program. I'd be enjoying myself. So, let's just get that on there. Turn off our RCS. Get ourselves back into a Minmus orbit. Try not to waste too much fuel. Come on. Come on. You know you want to. Yeah, alright. You're getting a bit carried away there. Let's just get out towards our apoapsis and then burn out our periaps just a little bit. Doesn't need to be much. Let's just get it away. 300 units of fuel to get back to Kerbal. I mean, we are laughing. I don't know why this is happening, folks. I really don't. Ike somewhere I've always... Why did you do that? Ike is somewhere I've always wanted to go. I've gone to prograde. Come on, Ben, pay attention. These are not mistakes I could have made on the way to the moon. That's for sure. Isn't it? Yes, that's very much for sure. Okay, so we're now back in orbit of Minmus. Let's get round to the light side and see if we can't get Valentina out and reset that experiment one more time. What's going on here? Yeah, alright. Thank you. Get them all getting keen and spin around and stuff. That's enough of that. I love the RCS thrusters. Look at them, they look so cool. They really do. Anyway, that's enough of that. Let's turn RCS off and put SAS on. So, we've got a mystery goo here we haven't used in orbit. Fantastic. We'll keep that data. Can we do a crew report from... Yes, we can. Crew report from there because we took the data. Let's log the temperature. Have we done that one? Review data. Yes, we've done that one. Oh, bugger, did I cancel the other one when I did it? I might have done. I might have overwritten the other one. In which case, my bad. My bad. So let's spin this round so that we can see ourselves when we do our EVA. Come on. Where's the sun? There. So, no, look, this is getting silly now. Thank you. There we go, we can see our Kerbal nicely now. That's good. So let's do ourselves an EVA from there. Well, we want to see, thank you. EVA report. That's a new one. We're going to board quickly because this... Stop! Just stop. Stop your moving. Stop being a tip. Come on, let's get the landing gear back in. Thank you very much. Right. Thank you. Thank you. Behave. Now let's... Is it her getting on it that's causing this problem? Yes, I think it is. Right, we're not going to reset the materials bay because I don't fancy losing Valentina. No, I don't. Okay, so that's fine. Well, we've done even more experiments, which is brilliant. We should be happy with that. So what we're going to do is get ourselves back off towards Kerbal. So we'll go here, create ourselves a maneuver, and we'll start burning out and seeing what we can see. We do not want to escape Kerbal sphere of influence. Thank you very much. No. Okay, so that's not going to work there. That's fine. Let's get rid of that. Let's come over the other side. So it's a good idea just to have a look at all the different maneuver nodes and what they've got to offer from the different parts of the planet and the different parts of your orbit to see if you get one that's particularly good for... Look at that, see? We have a Kerbal apparatus of 13,000 metres there. We'll take that. Can we shrink that down? What on earth? I've never seen that before. That's a very funny looking apparatus. Let's just take it. That's the moon, that's why. Ben, you numpty. There we go. An apparatus, 800 and something. Let's keep going. 390. Let's keep going. 175. Let's keep going. Oh, bit too much. Bit too much. So we'll grab that and just tuck it in until it there we go. 38. Should we take 38? We'll take 38 for now. We'll create the burn there. Stop. Stop. That's enough. Thank you. It's going to be an estimated burn of 32 seconds, which we're 51 minutes away from. I'm going to stop half just as we get away from... Yeah, right, come on. Oh dear. Yes, folks, I missed that massively. My bad. See, that's the disadvantage towards time warping. It can cause you all kinds of problems. But as we can see here, our apparatus is coming down. Kerbal is coming down very, very nicely. And we will just watch that in. We got ourselves a bit of an encounter with the moon there a couple of times, but hey, bothered. We've managed to... I didn't have SAS on, so we've drifted right off of course, which has created all kinds of fun and games with our manoeuvre, but we got fuel to spare. It doesn't matter. We'll just start accelerating that again quickly and bringing that down. But there we go. Very, very nice. stay on that node, just to help decrease that. What is that? Yes, alright. Right, I've had enough of this. Go away. Go away. Because getting all excited about the encounters we're going to have with the moon. We'll go for about 20. Yeah, 22 maybe. That should do it. So that's fine, we've done that. I have a little pink screen of death issues, so I'm going to be back in a second. Okay, I'm back, folks. I'm not really sure what happened after pink screen of death. Something went massively wrong. I've got a weird maneuver node. I'm not sure what that's all about. I did just manage to really pull our marker way down lower than what I've done it. Much further than I wanted it to. Which is fine as such, but realistically it should be about 25. And I did also try and complete some more experiments, which and now the game seems to be back where it was. Okay, I'm not sure what's happened there, but never mind. Well, we've got one more last thermometer which we have in the last one, so we'll take that. Not higher than Minmus. We won't take it higher than Minmus because we don't. Oh yeah, we'll take it. So it's done. So we'll just get ourselves back down towards Kerbin and pick up all of our lovely science and see where we get to. Come on. So we're going nice and slow, and it's going to speed right up as we head back towards Kerbin. Oh, slow. Stop. Okie doke. Again, a bit fast. We're going to make sure we're pointing retrograde, which we are. We are going to get rid of that last stage. With SAS, I'm just going to move us away from that stage a little bit. He says. Yeah, just slowly. Just move us away from... Is that working? The monopropellant stopped working. Why is monopropellant not working? Is it working now? Nope. Okie doke, not sure why monopropellant's not working. But let's get on our retrograde. Did I skip straight past? Yes, I did skip straight past our apoaps. So now we're going to have to pause it here and bring you back because I time warped us too far. And bringing you back in now towards Kerbin. Our apoaps are still 22, so this should catch us quite nicely and just pull our apoaps in all the way, and we should enter straight back into the atmosphere at this rate. We set to retrograde. We have our ablator on. Is RCS working now? Yes, now RCS works. Not sure what that was all about, but there we go. So yeah, let's get ourselves back down to Kerbin, landing on the dark side as usual, because I'm a tit. I do it every time. I know. I'm sorry. Yada yada yada. A hell of a rate of knots. 3. I mean that's got to be. I mean that's huge. I think Mach 1 is somewhere in the region of 300 meters a second. So what does that make that? 3, 6, Mach 9 maybe? I don't know. You'd have to ask somebody who knows what they're talking about. As you can see, the aerobraking, as I said, we've hit the atmosphere. You know, we are at an altitude of 38,000 meters, so we're well inside the atmosphere, and it's just aerobraking, using the atmosphere to just rip our apoaps down. This will be entirely successful. We shall definitely land back on Kerbin with this one and not skipping around like a skipping stone like on my last video, which was great because I'm so pro. Yeah, I'm not. really not. So yeah, we're coming through nice and fast, nice and hot, all working well. Not going to time warp because I think this is the fastest we've ever entered the atmosphere. And F10, you see that says temperature gauge disabled. If you're coming back through the atmosphere and your temperature gauge has come up, press F10 because at the moment there's a memory leak. And it will just cause the game to crash and all kinds of things. 22,000 meters, we're still doing 1,700 meters a second. So we've got a lot of braking to do before we open those sheets. As you can As you can see, our ablator's down to 175. I'm sure that's the lowest we've ever had it down to. We really are ripping through the atmosphere at a massive rate of knots here, and losing the altitude, but we are slowing down. We are, and as you can hear now, the effects are starting to slow down. We've got through the dangerous part of the atmosphere. 168 for our updater, that's pretty damn cool. So we're going to wait until we get ourselves under around 300 meters per second before we deploy our chutes, which could be okay, it could not be okay, we shall see. Not 100%, 13,000 meters, yeah, we should be fine. There we go, we're just coming down towards underneath, there we go. So we're going to deploy our chutes here, like so, and let's hope these things slow us down at time, which they will. That's wonderful, that's fine. So we go ahead and we will time warp down towards the surface. I think we're going to land on the dirt, which may be a new biome. It may be somewhere we haven't been before, so perhaps we will do some experiments when we get... Oh, me and my big... I had to find the only poxy lake. Unfreaking believable. Oh well. We'll crash into a lake. It'll be fun. As you see here, the chutes will open very close to 500 meters now, because that is... I mean, look at that. That was almost perfect, because that is sea level, ground level. That's as low as it gets. We had a mystery goo we hadn't used. Well, that's disappointing. Have we observed a mystery goo flying at Kerbal? Great. Okay. Where are we? Let's have a quick look on the map. Is there any way to tell where we are? We're there somewhere. That's fine. We could well be near KSP. I'm not sure. Let's have a look here. Have we done it on the surface at here? For science. Kerbal grasslands. Okie doke. Let's do ourselves an EVA report or something like that. Not crew report, we want to do an EVA report, don't we? I'm being silly now. Sorry, my phone keeps going off, I'm sure you can hear it. Yes, go away. I don't want that. Let's do an EVA, see what happens. Is she going to freak out on the surface? Yeah. So, I think we're just going to recover the vessel here and see what happens, because from the looks of that I just killed Valentina, and if I've just killed Valentina I'm going to be distraught. We didn't kill Valentina. Valentina did not die, so that's good news. We didn't get any science or anything from that. I just got us straight back because we had a flat. We're on 219 science, so that bit of science that we transmitted from Minmus has come back. Valentina has gained 6 XP from a mission to Minmus and back again, and has advanced to level 2, which means that I think she will now be able to hold normal and anti-normal, as well as prograde and retrograde. So that's done. That's wonderful. Let's go to the Space Center and find the craft, because it's got a bucket load of science and we need it. Rooster Mark 6, Rooster Mark 6. Let's recover that vessel, please. Yes, we want to recover that vessel, because 764 science we earned from that mission to Minmus. I told you it was worth going there. I really did. It's not going to unlock an absolutely massive amount for us in the research and development department, but it's going to unlock enough for us to play with. All this is going to come down to, I'm really pleased with that. You'll just go for that. Yeah, it's fantastic. Thank you very much. We're on to 800,000 funds, which is brilliant. Let's just terminate that debris. What's that doing? That debris is currently going to crash into Kerbal. That's what it's going to do. If we time warp, that debris should just... No, it's going to crash into Minmus by the looks of things, or what's it going to do? Let's have a look. Yeah, back to Kerbal. It's just going to it's going to get terminated. Yeah, bye. That's gone. Okay. Up here. So yes, debris. Debris is you can select things to have and not have. So as you can see, look, we've got a flag on the moon. Moon landing site beta. It should have been alpha, but as you probably remember, I forgot to plant the flag on our first mission to the moon, so I had to go back. And Minmus site alpha. So you can check all of these on. Space objects you can have on and off. I don't actually know if we have any space objects in career mode. I don't think we do. No, not by the looks of this. Unknown objects. No, we'll keep those off. Flags are on. Yeah, so you can turn on and off all the different bits and pieces here, the stations, ships, landers, rovers, probes, and debris. You can turn all of those on and off from here, so that they show up on the map, basically. It's nice and simple. Right, so I think I'm going to leave this episode here. This could be a really long one. I've not paid any attention to it. I said, oh, it's just going to be a quick video because I've got stuff to do, and I didn't do any of the stuff. Yeah, anyway, I've had fun. It's been a laugh. I've enjoyed it. Let's just head out of here quickly. We've kept Valentina, so that's good. Let's have a quick pop into the research and development. To have 900 science, we've got science. You know, we've got a lot of science. We can buy stuff. We can really buy stuff. Advanced landing, sod off. Don't need you. Although that's the drogue shoots. They're a lot more effective than the other radials. Heavy aerodynamics would give us some cool things. Massively advanced cockpits in which we could take up more than one Kerbal. Tempting. Not going to do it to the next video. Not going to do the next video. If you've got any ideas or anything that you'd like me to do or have a go at, let me know. Even if it's just mucking around in sandbox mode, I'm up for having silly buggers. My thoughts at the moment, although we took the mission to Duna, maybe go up to Minmus and just farm out all the science we can from there on the biomes, play with some rovers, have some fun. Another thing I'd like to do is set up a few satellites. Not for any real purposes, to show you how to do them. In fact, I will do that. Next episode should be satellites, unless I get carried away. So we'll pop up some satellites, we'll do some probe flying and show you how that works. And then to try and get to Duna, what I'm thinking, and let me know what you think, but what I'm thinking is I'm going to set up a space station or a fuel station in orbit of Kerbin. So I'm going to use specific launchers to go up into orbit of Kerbin and dock with each other full fuel tanks, so that I can then take another craft with a big transfer stage up into orbit, dock it with the space station, take all of the fuel from the space station, so we've got a massive transfer stage up there all full of fuel to get us to Duna, get us on the surface and get us off again. That is something I'd really like to do. It's not something, I mean, to me this is a massive project. This is ridiculously ambitious as far as I'm concerned, but I really want to do it. I really want to get out to Duna, and I'd love to start docking and doing space stations and stuff. So I think, you know, it's those three things. Do we go to Minmus and play with rovers? We'll do a little bit on satellites. Definitely we'll do satellites in the beginning of next episode. Maybe take some missions for the orbit of satellites. Maybe even see what the other missions are, and then start looking at space stations and docking and fuel stations and getting out to Duna. I think that's where this is going to head. I'm excited. I can't wait to give it a go. Right, I've got to end the video there. God knows how long this is. For those of you that made it this far and have watched it, thank you very, very much. I hope you enjoyed. I've been BRG. Thank you very, very, very much for watching, and I shall see you all later. Hello everybody, and welcome back to BRG Plays Kerbal Space Program. In this episode my dog's gonna squeak her toy and be really annoying. That's excellent. I apologise for that. Gotta love him. As you can see by the screen, we have completed a lot more science.